सहगना रघुनाथन्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय राधिकाय प्रियात्मने श्रीमद्भक्तिवेदान्तो नारायणीतिनामिने श्रीकृष्णलीला कथने सुदाक्षम् औदर्यमाधुर्यगुणैश्च युक्तं वरं वरेण्यं पुरुषं महन्तं नारायणं तं शिरसा नमामि। त्रिदण्डिनं भक्तशिरोमणिं च श्रीकृष्णपादाब्जनितैकहृदि चैतन्यलीलामृतसारसार नारायणं तं सततं प्रपद्ये। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तो स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय गौरप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीश्रीमद्भक्तिप्रज्ञानो केशवो इति नामिने। अतिमर्त्यचरित्राय स्वश्रितानां च पालिने जीवदुःखे सदरताय श्रीनामप्रेमदायिने। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्तो सरस्वतीति नामिने। श्रीवर्षभारती देवी दयिताय कृपाभये कृष्णसम्बन्धविज्ञानोदयिने प्रभवे नमः। माधुर्योज्ज्वलप्रेमाभ्य श्रीरूपानुगभक्तिना श्रीगौरकरुणाशक्ति विग्रहाय नमस्ते। नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दिनकारिणे रूपानुगम्यरुद्धाप सिद्धान्तपन्थहारिणे। नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षाद्वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्भरसम्बोधे पदम्बुजायते नमः। नमो भक्तिविनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगवरायते। गौराविर्भावभूमेस्त्वं निर्दिष्टा सजनप्रिया वैष्णवः सर्वभौम श्रीजगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरद्विषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्ते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते सुरतोपङ्गो मम मन्दं मते गति मत्सर्वस्व पदाम्बोजो राधामदनोहर दिव्यवृन्दारण्यकल्पद्रुमान् श्रीमद्रत्नागार सिंहासनस्थो श्रीराधा श्रीलगोविन्ददेव प्रेष्ठानिभिः सेव्यमानं स्मरामि श्रीमन्द्रसरसारम्भे वंशीवत्ततस्थितः कर्षन्मेनुस्वनैर्गोपी गोपीनाथ श्रीस्तुनः वृन्दाय तुलसीदेव्यै प्रियाय केशवस्य च कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम् श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द चेतो दर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादावाग्निर्वापनं श्रेयकैरवचन्द्रिकावितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतास्वादनं सर्वात्मस्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम् हरेर्नाम हरेर्नाम हरेर्नामेव केवलं करो नास्त्येव 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 गतिरन्यथा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Gurudeva Boro Kripa Kori, page 33 in this book. Or if you have the Gaudiya Kirtan app, you should find it there. Gurudeva Boro Kripa Kori, Gorabano Majhe, Guru Mediya Chostha. It's a little high. I'll just make it a little lower. Gurudeva Boro Kripa Kori, Gorabano Majhe, Guru Mediya Chostha. Boro Kripa Kori, Gorabano Majhe, Guru Mediya Chostha. Avyadila more দাসে দয়া করি চিত্ত স্থির হবে সকল সহিব একান্তে ভজিব সকল সহিব একান্তে ভজিব গুরুদেব বড় কৃপা করি গৌরমন মাঝে বধূরে দিয়াছ স্থান তোর কৃপা করি গৌরমন মাঝে শৈশব যৌবনে জড় সুখ সঙ্গে অভ্যাস হইল মন্দ শৈশব যৌবনে জড় সুখ সঙ্গে অভ্যাস হইল নিজ কর্ম দোষে এ দেহ হইল ভজনের প্রতিবন্ধ এ দেহ হইল ভজনের প্রতিবন্ধ গুরুদেব বড় কৃপা করি গৌরমন মাঝে বধূরে দিয়াছ স্থান বার্ধক্যে দেখো পঞ্চরোগে হত কেমনে ভজিব বলো পঞ্চরোগে হত কেমনে ভজিব কাঁদিয়া কাঁদিয়া তোমার চরণে পড়িয়াছি সুবিহল গুরুদেব বড় কৃপা করি গৌরমন মাঝে বধূরে দিয়াছ স্থান গৌরমন মাঝে জয় গুরুদেব জয় গুরুদেব গুরুদেব জয় গুরুদেব জয় Gaudiya Vaishnavism, page 38. Vaishnava Sangete Anandito Yanuksha Now it's on. Okay, let's see if it works.
Radhe Radhe.
Are there any requests for bhajans?
No, just Rob. He likes our temple room, and there are no requests. Shashanti is here. Whale's
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, Daya Kurmai. Page 96. Haribol. Page 96. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Oh Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Koro More Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Toma Vina Ke Doyalu Jagat Do you want to read Shuddha Kamala? Sri Mangala Geetam, Sri Jayadev Goswami, page 352. Shruta Kamala Kuchamandala Dhrita Kundala. Radhe Krishna Govinda Gopal Nanda Dulal Jai Yashoda Dulal Jaya Jaya Deva Hare He Krishna Govinda Jaladhara Sundara Dhritamandara Kalayati Nayanam, page 342. 342. Deshi deshi valitam pankajani vridu maruta charitam Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Prabhupada ki jai, Banadur Varga ki jai, Shri Radha Bihari ki jai, Prem Purushottam Shachinandan Gaur Hari ki jai, Shri Radha Raman Sarkar ki jai, Shri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nikai Gaur Premanande. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Ajnanathmirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayana Namine Nama Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitarang pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yatkripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam. First of all, I offer my Dandavat Pranam thousands of times in the dust of the lotus feet of our beloved Gurudev, Nitya Lila Prashtam Vishnupad, Ashtotara Shata Shri Srimad, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj. And the same unto the dust of the lotus feet of Nitya Lila Prashtam Vishnupad, Ashtotara Shata Shri Srimad, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, to all of our Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Varga, to all Vaishnavas, past, present, and future, my Dandavat Pranam. And to all of you who are watching the live stream on Facebook, who are locked in your homes during this time, I'm offering you all my Dandavat Pranam. So we're continuing today where we left off yesterday. Yesterday we observed Sri Ramavami, the appearance celebration of Sri Ramachandra. And I started yesterday by speaking about how all forms of the Lord are coming from the original form, who is Krishna. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchitananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. That the original, supreme creator of everything, from whom everything else emanates, this is Krishna. He has no origin, there is nothing before him. He is the original. This is Krishna. Ram and all other murtis, Ram Adi Murti Shukalan Yamaina Tishtan, are manifesting from him. In one sense you can say that. In another sense you can say, when did Ram ever not exist? When did Srimati Radhika or Balaram ever not exist? When did any jiva ever not exist? So there's Tattva Vichar and there is Rasa Vichar. From the conception of Tattva, Vishnu, Krishna, Ram, Narasimha, Narayan, they are one. Like fire is fire. And yet, according to the perspective of Rasa, in terms of the amount or the variety of Rasa that any personality, divine personality or form of the Supreme Lord engages in with his devotees, then they are defined by that. So that is Rasa Vichar. From that perspective, Krishna is considered Purna Chandra or Krishna Chandra, because only Krishna fulfills all of the desires in everyone in every ras completely. But this particular form of Krishna, known as Sri Ram, why am I saying it is a form of Krishna known as Sri Ram? Because they are non-different. Krishna What does he do? He likes to perform pastimes for the pleasure of his devotees. Just as someone would put on a costume and act in a drama and go from city to city and perform dramas, so many persons would come and they would witness those dramas, and they'd be completely mesmerized. Sometimes they would be laughing, sometimes weeping, sometimes almost fainting. So the Supreme Lord performs such beautiful pastimes that his devotees are completely captivated, and they are always remembering and glorifying these pastimes. Sometimes people might ask, why does he perform such pastimes that evoke so much emotion and tears, and your heart is breaking? And our Gurudeva and our Param Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, he has said, does anyone want to go to any drama or any movie that has no emotion? There's no weeping, there's no crying, there's no mood in the heart. Would anyone be interested? Would anyone want to tell their friends, let's go? There's no emotion whatsoever. It's just boring. No. So the Lord also knows. He likes to enjoy rasa, and rasa is the realm between the tension of meeting and separation. That place where separation and meeting, between that is the realm of all rasa. And that is the place of all emotion, all divine sentiment. And when the devotees are witnessing this and also feeling it themselves, they are experiencing a kind of bliss, even in separation, that surpasses or dances on the head of all kinds of bliss of this world, even of divine meeting. I was reading today from Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He said that bliss of meeting within separation it surpasses direct meeting, because there's an acute kind of remembrance. Acute meaning very refined, very detailed, very centered, focused kind of remembrance of one's beloved in that. So Sri Krishna in the form of Sri Ram is performing such beautiful, heart-wrenching, or as our Gurudev would say, pathetic pastimes, that all of the world to this day is still weeping hearing these pastimes. Our Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj, whom we all respect and accept, is an intimate associate of Sri Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan, as one should see their Guru. Vikunja yuno ratikeli siddhyai yayali bhir yukti rapekshaniya tatrati lakshar ativallabhasya bande guru Shri Charanaravindam. Even he would weep while hearing or watching the beautiful pastimes of Sri Ram. Many devotees have reported this. If you think about it, what do the Brajabasis, Krishna, Mother Yashoda, the gopis talk about? They're always talking about the pastimes of the Lord. They're also observing Ram Navami. When Krishna is going to bed in the evening, Mother Yashoda is telling him a good night story. What is she telling him? Hari Katha, Ram Katha. Krishna is lying in bed and hearing how Lakshman has been bound by the snakes. Krishna jumps up and says, bring my bow immediately. He becomes completely absorbed in this mood of Sri Ram. So Krishna is also listening to this. The gopis are also talking about Ram Lila. Lalita Sakhi is talking about Sri Ram in so many different ways. Srimati Radhika is also remembering these pastimes. It's not just something for us in this world to remember. Even the divine associates of the Lord are always remembering all of the divine pastimes of the Lord.
Even Krishna sits down and meditates on his pastimes.
It is said in Srimad Bhagavatam that Krishna himself sits down and meditates on himself. Why? Because he is the source of all ananda, he is the source of all pastimes. Akila Rasa Amrita Murti. And he is also remembering his own pastimes. How attractive. And why does he always rush to that place where his devotees are remembering and glorifying him? As I told yesterday, he says, I do not reside in Vaikuntha, nor do I reside within the hearts of the yogis, but wherever my bhaktas are glorifying my names, forms, qualities, and pastimes, I'm always present there. Because he is so attracted. He also wants to hear those pastimes. Who's talking about me? What are they saying? He wants to hear it. Oh, what kind of love do they have for me? How excited are they? And Krishna is also greedy to hear his own Harikatha. So continuing from yesterday, there was one part that I did not speak about, which I want to start with. But first, before I want to start with that, I want to mention one other thing. Because when we glorify Sri Ram, actually we cannot approach the glories of Ram without first approaching the glories of his devotees. And his best and most famous devotee is Hanuman. Pavanaputra Hanuman ki jai. So I just want to give one katha about Hanuman before we continue with Ram Katha, petitioning the glories of Hanuman, because I was speaking how Krishna and Ram are the same person manifesting according to the bhav of the devotee. So once upon a time, Arjuna, see, Hanuman remained in this world after the disappearance of Ram, and he's still here to this day. If you see in Mahabharata, Bhim was going in the mountains, and he saw a monkey, what appeared to be an old monkey lying in the road. And he told him to move, and he said, I'm too old, I cannot move.
His tail.
First he said, I'm too old, I cannot move. And he said, well, at least move your tail out of the way so I can go. And he said, if you can lift it, if you can move it, then you can pass by, no problem. So Bhim went and tried to lift that tail, and he could not budge it. He was like, what? What is this? He said, this can be no ordinary personality. Then he realized, this is none other than my older brother. Because Bhim is also the son of the wind, and Hanuman is also Pavan Putra, the son of the wind god. He realized, this is my older brother Hanuman. So there was a very beautiful meeting. And this Hanuman, same Hanuman, was also there on the flag of Arjuna, roaring very loudly during the Mahabharata war, instilling fear into the hearts of the opposing, the Kauravas. So he is present in Ram Lila and Krishna Lila. So once upon a time, Arjuna started boasting to him, no one is a better archer than me in this world. No one is better than me. Even Sri Ram could not do what I can do. Sri Ram had to engage all of you, Vanaras, monkeys, to build a bridge to Lanka. But very easily, I could have made a bridge to Lanka with my arrows. Hanuman's like, there's no way your bridge of arrows could have handled all of the weight of all of us, all of these monkey warriors and Ram and everyone, there's no way. And Arjuna's like, no problem. Easily I could have done so. So Hanuman is like, no, impossible. So very quickly, Arjuna built a bridge, not to Lanka, but across one big, massive lake, one body of water, with his arrows. Very tight-knit, powerful bridge. Hanuman, seeing Arjuna boasting like this, but also having his conviction, our Gurudeva said, he manifested a massive, gigantic form, leapt into the sky, went to the Himalayas, and tied so many massive stones to the long hairs on his body. Then he came back, and he stepped on that bridge. But that bridge did not break. Hanuman was like, what is this? Arjuna, seeing the size of Hanuman and all of that weight attached to him, started becoming afraid. What is this? Then Hanuman put his other foot on that bridge. He was thinking, it's not breaking. Inside his heart he's praying, Ram, 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 Ram. You always make the words of your devotees come true. Please, don't let me be wrong. But Arjuna was also praying to Krishna. I said this, and you have promised that the word of your devotee will never go in vain. Right? Krishna says, Ma shuchaha, you have my word. But just in case someone does not accept Krishna's word, then he tells Arjuna, you declare it boldly that my devotee will never perish. Shipram bhavet dharmatma shashvat chantim negachatam kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. My devotee will always be successful, he will never fail. So Arjuna is saying, you told me this. So he's praying, Krishna, 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 please don't let my words be false. And Hanuman's praying to Ram. Hanuman is making more and more weight on this bridge. Arjuna is thinking all the weight in the world is more heavy than the earth itself. And Arjuna is praying, please don't let my bridge break. And then both Hanuman and Arjuna noticed something. Some blood was coming from under the bridge. And they were like, what is this? They looked underneath. Hanuman saw his Ishtadev, the particular form of his worshipful Lord, Sri Ram. And Arjuna looked and he saw his Ishtadev, the particular form of his worshipful Lord, Sri Krishna, Dwarkadish Krishna. They both saw the same person, but both saw according to their relationship with him. So this is proving a very important point.
Holding the bridge up on each side.
Krishna was holding the bridge up himself. Ram was holding it. That's why they saw the blood. Arjuna was begging, and Hanuman was begging. Ram, Krishna was underneath, holding that bridge up. That's why they stopped. And then Ram told Hanuman that this battle of Kurukshetra will begin. It was Krishna, but Hanuman is only seeing him as Ram, and Arjuna is only seeing him as Krishna. And Ram is ordering to Hanuman, during this battle, you must protect Arjuna. Otherwise, the arrows will pierce him and kill him. So you have to protect him, you have to defend him. He requested him to remain there and defend Arjuna in this situation. The point of this, though, is that there is no difference between Ram and Krishna. This is according to the eye of the beholder. So Hanuman seeing Ram and Arjuna seeing Krishna, but they are the same person. So I just wanted to share that one katha before I continue. So yesterday I was mentioning how Ram, Sita, Lakshman, they had entered into the forest. After being, actually it was Ram who was banished to the forest for 14 years. Because Kaikeyi requested Dasharath for her 2 boons. That I want my son Bharat crowned king instead, and that Ram should be banished to the forest for 14 years. This was on the personal request of Ram when he was quite young to Kaikeyi, but this is not known about in the world. But her mood was, even if I will be hated by everyone forever, even if my own son rejects me, even if everyone rejects me, still I will follow the order of Ram. And we should be like this with our Guru and with Krishna. Guru na sasyat, svajano na sasyat. So for Krishna's sake, she was willing to do anything. Even if I have to go to hell to carry out the order of my Lord, let me do that. If that is what pleases him, let me do that. This is pure bhakti. But from the external perspective, everyone saw that Kaikeyi was influenced by mantra, that she sent Ram to the forest. Dasharath Maharaja's heart broke. He left this world. Of course, there's also some history there as well. Previously, when he was younger, he was hunting, and he killed one young son, thinking it was an animal of one sage. That sage cursed him. In the same way that I am feeling separation from my son, you will also have to feel separation from your son. And he said, but I have no son. He said, my words will come to pass. So Dasharath had to receive this curse of the sage in the form of Ram being banished to the forest for 14 years and not being given the crown. Before this took place, however, when Ram was younger, one great sage named Vishvamitra came to the palace of Dasharath Maharaj. This Vishvamitra, he requested, I would like to take Ram with me. Because Vishvamitra understood that Ram is Bhagavan. And when Bhagavan manifests in this world, what is his function? To annihilate the demons, to save the devotees, to re-establish dharma or proper behavior in this world, and to destroy adharma. So Vishvamitra requested that, let me take Ram, we have so many demons to kill. But Ram was quite young at the time. He was still a student. Dasharath Maharaj said, no. I'll give you anything. Take me. I fought in the battle with the demigods against the demons. I'm very powerful. Take me and all of my armies, but please don't take my Ram. Even Kaikeyi was volunteering. I will go. I can fight. Vishvamitra was like, no. Ram will come with me. And it is the duty of the king to be honorable. When any great saintly person has any request, then those who are dharmic must obey and follow. This is maryada, or proper etiquette. Of course, Ram knew this. He is maryada purushottam, so he was very willing to go. This is also his function. So, Vishwamitra eventually was able to take Sri Ram and Lakshman with him. And he went to so many places, ridding those places of demons, because at that time the entire world was filling up with so many demons. That's why the Lord manifested and appeared. Because he says, when there's a predominant rise in irreligion, at that time I descend. So Vishwamitra brought Ram to one place, which is now known as Devaripur. In that place, Ram liberated one demoness named Taraka. There also, Vishwamitra brought him to so many places, and Ram was destroying so many demons. One place, there were some demons that were creating such havoc, destroying sacrificial altars, destroying the yagyas, creating so many problems. So Ram was able to kill one brother, Bahu, but Marichi was able to escape, and he went to Radhan for shelter. I just mentioned Radhan. We will speak about him some more. But in the history, Jaya and Vijay, regarding the gates of Vaikuntha, when 4 Kumaras had arrived. These 4 Kumaras are the firstborn sons of Brahma. They're so powerful that they were able to keep themselves in the form of 5-year-old boys so that lust would never touch them. So they had arrived at the gates of Vaikuntha. At that time, they wanted to enter, but Jaya and Vijay said, no, you can't possibly be qualified. You're too young. At that time, these boys were thinking, how is it possible that these 2 persons have come to Vaikuntha? They must be imposters, because no one has this kind of envy in Vaikuntha. So immediately these 4 boys cursed these 2 guards. You're behaving like demons, so you should take birth in the material world as demons. They were like confused. What's going on? How is this possible? We're in Vaikuntha. It's the land without fear, without these kind of dualities. Vaikuntha, beyond all of this. How is this possible? Just then Sriman Narayana comes, walking to the gates of Vaikuntha, very beautifully smiling, twirling a lotus flower. His servants are fanning him with chamaras. Sages are offering prayers. They're carrying a very beautiful white parasol above him, bedecked with pearls. And he goes to meet these 4 Kumaras at the gates of Vaikuntha. Sriman Narayana apologizes to them. I'm very sorry for what my guards have done. I will not hesitate to even lop off my own arm if this will be necessary to repay you for what my servants have done. Whatever the servant does is the responsibility of the master. Just as one will see that someone may have white leprosy on their hand, you will know that it is actually throughout the entire body. So Narayan was very apologetic to them, to the 4 Kumaras. And at that time, having smelled the tulsi, the fragrance of the tulsi on the feet of the Lord, they became completely transformed, and their mood was bhakta. They were also confused. How could we have cursed these 2? But Narayan assured them, all of this happened according to my will. I desired to fight. Narayan said, I desired to fight. And the moment the Lord desires anything, or even before he desires, his devotees, because of their pure mood in their heart, they understand the internal mood of the Lord and they want to fulfill his desire. Besides the fact that Yogamaya, or his internal potency, immediately makes arrangement for his desires to be fulfilled. So, these 2 who were cursed, Jaya and Vijay, only devotees could actually satisfy the Lord. No demons can fight the Lord, really. If they were truly demons, it's not possible. As I mentioned yesterday, with a single in-breath or out-breath, millions of universes are created and destroyed by the Lord. So, what is it for him to kill any demons? Who can actually equal the Lord? Only the devotee, because he is controlled by love and affection. The Jaya and Vijaya are his eternal associates, and he desired to fight. So these two took on the mood, the sentiment of demons, and they did it very, very well. First as Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. Hiranyaksha was killed by Varahadev, Hiranyakashipu was killed by Sri Narasimhadev. But they had the curse of taking birth in the material world 3 times as the enemies of the Lord. And remember, this is all by the will of the Lord, because the Lord also has Viras within him, the desire to fight. So if he's going to fight, it's going to be a good fight. So again, these two came in the form of Ravan and Kumbhakarna. And then in Krishna Lila, again they came in the forms of and Shishupal and Dantavakra. And according to our Guru Varga, they again came, but not as demons. They were performing sinful activities, but that demonic sinful activity within them was destroyed, and the devotee was awakened in the form of Jagai and Madai in Gaur Lila. So, I just mentioned Ravan in this case. So now I'm going back, because this Marichi, he ran to Ravan for shelter. Ravan was the most mighty, powerful demon at that time. So Ram and Lakshman, being taken by Vishwamitra everywhere, they performed so many amazing feats, destroying so many demons, protecting the devotees, bringing everything back to goodness, because that is their function. Vishwamitra brought them everywhere. There was even one personality, her name was Ahalya. She was extremely attractive, and she was married to the sage Gautam. Indra, the king of heaven, found her to be so attractive that he actually took the form of Gautam to break her chastity in her husband. When Gautam found out, he cursed her to become stone. But at that time, she was pleading with him, "Please be merciful to me, please be merciful to me." He said, "You can only be liberated by the touch of the lotus feet of Sri Ram." So for so long, she remained in the form of a stone. And as Vishwamitra was taking Ram and Lakshman everywhere, at one point, Ram went directly to this place. Vishwamitra was telling Ram all of the kathas, all of these histories. And Ram put his feet on her, on this stone, and that she manifested again as Ahalya, and regained her position as the consort of Gautam Rishi. So as Ram was traveling, so many miraculous pastimes were taking place. As part of this trip or tour, when did he meet Sabari? Was it when he was traveling with Vishwamitra?
I don't know, I think it was after. Yes, I think it was.
Okay, so I don't know exactly when. There was this one young girl. Her name was Sabari. She was a forest girl. And she had seen one old sage who was in need. So naturally from her heart, she began to serve him. She was always collecting wood for him, for his yajna, so that he could stay warm. She would serve in so many ways. And by this, he became completely satisfied by her seva and wanted to reciprocate. But what do sadhus have in their heart? They only have the Lord. Sadhava hridayam mahyam, sadhava hridayam tvaham. The Supreme Lord said, "I don't know anyone but my devotees, and they don't know anyone but me. Tomara hridaya sada govinda vishram." Within the hearts of the sadhu, the Supreme Lord is always residing there. So what did he bless her? He blessed her that you should go, take bath, and come back, and I will give you one mantra. What was the mantra he gave her? He said that by the power of this mantra you will have direct darshan of Sri Ram. So this young girl receiving this mantra with so much eagerness, so much enthusiasm, continued to recite this mantra for many, many, many years, hoping and waiting. When will Sri Ram manifest? Because she had faith in her guru who gave her this mantra. So many years, but she never gave up hope. This is a very important lesson for us. Rupa Goswami tells in Sri Upadeshamrita, in the 3rd verse, Utsaha nishchaya dharyat tat karma pravartana sangat tyagat sadovrate sadhir bhaktir prasiddhyati. What will bring bhakti? What is favorable for bhakti? The first 3 things he mentions. Utsaha, enthusiasm. This is absolutely necessary. This is what drives bhakti. Nishchaya. Nishchaya means firm determination, fixed, that no matter what happens, I will not give up. And dharyat means patience. These days we're trained by modern civilization to have no patience. We need instant gratification. But the Supreme Lord is not our order supplier in terms of, this, I'm quoting Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, that he's some laborer in our garden that we can snap our fingers and immediately he'll come running. Gradually, we should make our hearts in such a way where the Supreme Lord will be eager to come to see us. And we cannot say, you come now. We can pray, when, oh when will you manifest? But we have no right to demand mercy. We can only beg for it, cry for it, and pray for it, and be patient. When he chooses to show his mercy, when he chooses to manifest himself, that is up to him and his sweet will. And we must patiently wait while we are excavating, preparing, making that place beautiful. So what did she do? She maintained beautiful gardens, this Shabari. She maintained a very beautiful place. Every day she would put fresh flowers in case Sri Ram manifests. Our Guru Varga have said that we should also take shelter of Harinam Prabhu like this. For example, Srila Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Maharaj. It is said that when he was chanting his Harinam, he would be chanting on one beat, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, for some reason, Krishna did not manifest and give me darshan in this mantra. It must be that he was delayed. Like Krishna told the Brajbasis, the Gopis, I will return in 2 days or 4. So with great eagerness, they always waited on the border of Braj, looking toward the direction where Krishna left from. When will he return? He said he will return. For sure he will return. Something must have delayed him. And then the next mantra, with that same eagerness, with that same nishta, with that same enthusiasm and patience, Hare Krishna. For sure he will manifest in this mantra. In that same way, Shabari, she was putting flowers every day, preparing and waiting for Sri Ram to come. When will he come? When will he manifest? Kabe habe bolo se dinay amar. When will he manifest? When will that day be mine? And also there were some fruit trees nearby. And every day she would prepare a nice bowl of fruits, that Sri Ram should have some fruit. So, it's a very interesting point. One devotee asked us, because our Gurudeva was telling that only Krishna in Vrindavan does not follow all of the maryada, all of the rules and regulations. Sometimes his friends will bite something and put it in his mouth, or they'll give it with their left hand, or he'll take it with his left hand. They'll wrestle each other. Sometimes they'll throw him on the ground and jump on him. His mother will chase him with a stick. So in Vrindavan, there's not the maryada, the understanding that Krishna is God. The Brajbasis, they don't know that Krishna is God. Maybe some power comes to him. They don't care. Whatever he is, all they know is that they love him and that he loves them. I'm paraphrasing Srila Prabhupada's purport from the first time he gave a lecture on Jai Radha Madhava. So, one devotee, whom Gurudev told, you are Ram Bhakta. She asked the question, but I thought that somebody is biting the fruit and giving it to Ram. And everyone has seen the movies. All of the videos, they're saying she's taking the fruit, biting it, and then putting it in Ram's mouth. Our Gurudev, we asked him this question. He said, never, never, and never. So just because millions or even billions of people believe something, it doesn't mean it's true. Ram is Maryada Purushottam. He is the supreme personality of teaching proper morals, ethics, etiquette, following rules and regulations. And we see throughout his life how strict he was. So there might be, to some degree, a little bit of a bend, but not a full break of the rules. So our Gurudev explained, the Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj, that at that time, in Treta Yuga, if you have even taken one fruit from any tree, it's not that you're biting the fruit, but if you've even taken from the tree, it would be considered already tasted. So what she was doing, technically it's not offerable after that because you took it from the tree yourself. So technically, according to our Gurudev, what she was doing is she was testing different trees. Which one has the sweet fruit? And then if she would say, oh, this tree has very sweet fruit, then she would pick the fruits from that tree and keep it for Ram. And that was considered remnants at that time. But it's not that she was biting the fruit and then putting it in Ram's mouth. No, this was a great revelation from our Gurudev. Although it is considered in one sense that she was giving remnants, but it wasn't directly from her mouth to him like that. Only Krishna does this. His friends, his cowherd boyfriends, maybe even his mother, and his gopis also. We know that there's exchange like this. This is the whole principle of Mahaprasad, if one is following the path of Braja Bhakti. So our Gurudev gave this very interesting, very deep explanation directly to myself and Sudevi when we asked this question to him. So Vishwamitra was taking Ram to so many places, and so many beautiful pastimes were taking place. Finally, he brought Sri Ram to Janakpur. This is Mithila, the land of Sri Janak Maharaj. We already spoke about Janak Maharaj because he was the one who was the judge about love. When we spoke about Bharat and Ram, and how Bharat was trying to bring Ram back to Ayodhya, to make sure that he is the crown king and that he should not go to the forest. At that time, Janak Maharaj, Janak Maharaj, he asked, what is really love? What is love? Love is when you do everything expressly, exclusively for the happiness, for the pleasure, and for the benefit of the object of your love and affection. It has nothing to take. It is not selfish at all. The devotee doesn't pray for anything. What did Mahaprabhu pray for? Mama janmani janmani shware bhavatar bhaktir hoitu kitvaye. I don't want anything else. Birth after birth, please let me just have love and devotion for you. That means let me serve you according to your desire. It has nothing to take for myself. Even Bhagavan Sri Narasimhadev, he asked Prahlad, I'm so pleased with you, what would you like? What did Prahlad answer? I'm not a businessman. I'm not a merchant. I am your servant and you are my master. In the relationship of servant and master, it is completely inappropriate for the servant to ask any special favor from the master. I am satisfied being your servant. That is my life. That is everything. But Sri Narasimhadev Bhagavan was requesting, you must take something, you must take something. So this is the mood of the devotee. No. This is the mood of the devotee. They don't want anything from the Lord. They only want to serve and please the Lord. So, now we're going back to Janakpur. There in Janakpur was a very, very beautiful, attractive princess who was not ordinary. Just like Sri Ram, Lakshman, Bharat and Shatrughna were not ordinary. They were the result of yajna. Dasharatha Maharaj was praying and doing yajna. And from that yajna came a container of special kheer, sweet rice, which was divided between Kaushalya, Kaikeyi and Sumitra. These four divine personalities, Ram, Lakshman, Bharat and Shatrughna, manifested as the result of that. In the same way, Janak Maharaj also was praying for a child. He also was doing yajna. And as he was doing the yajna, from this yajna, from the earth, manifested a very beautiful child. This child was Sita. And there was no equal to her in all of the universe. He knew she was not ordinary. She is also divine, non-different from Lakshmi. And so, from very early on, he had decided, because he was the guardian of the bow of Lord Shiva. Haradhanu means the bow of Lord Shiva. He was the guardian of that bow. It took hundreds and hundreds of men to pull that bow. How heavy was it? It was a manifestation of Mount Meru, the heaviest mountain on which the universe is situated. So how heavy is that bow? So he was the guardian of that bow. And he made the decision that only one who can lift that bow and string it will be able to marry my daughter. So he held a Swayamvar. Swayamvar means who is qualified. Only that person who is qualified, who can accomplish such a feat, will be able to marry my daughter. And he knew that because she is divine, only Bhagavan, only the Lord will be qualified and capable of lifting this bow. So there was a Swayamvar. Sita was holding the garland, and so many kings, because she was the most beautiful woman in creation. Devas, kings, demons, everyone was coming. Everyone wanted her hand in marriage. So many came and tried and made fools of themselves. They could not even move or budge that bow. Even Radhan himself, it is said in the scripture, he tried to lift it. He tried to lift that bow, but he could not. Finally, Sri Ramchandra, the eternal consort of Sri Sita Devi, went to that bow, and with great honor and respect, and very easily, he lifted that bow which hundreds or thousands of men could not lift. At that moment, her heart was full of joy and happiness, seeing Sri Ram, seeing her own heart. It was a manifestation of her own heart. I'm going to quote one shlok, but you can apply it also to Radha and to Sitaram. Radha Purna Shakti, Krishna Purna Shaktiman, Dvivastu Bhedanai Shastra Paraman. According to all revealed scriptures, Radha is the complete Shakti and Krishna is the complete Shaktiman, or possessor of all Shakti. Between these two transcendental personalities, actually there is no difference. There is no difference. Srimati Radhika said, we are one soul in two forms. So it was her own soul, Sri Ram. When he picked up that bow, she was so delighted. And at that time, all of the heavenly planets were resounding with joy. Sri Ram, he strung that bow. And then, when he went to pull back the string of that bow, the bow broke, making a tumultuous sound, shaking the heavens and the earth. All of the devotees were completely filled with joy when this bow broke. All of the demons, all those who were envious, they were filled, struck with terror and fear. What is that? At that time, Sri Sita came, and she was so shaking. She came to Ram, but she could not even lift the garland to put it over his neck. So her friends had to help her lift that garland and put it over the neck of Sri Ram. So a very beautiful wedding celebration took place. Dasharath Maharaj also brought, at that time, Lakshman, Bharat and Shatrughna, and they were also married to beautiful damsels from Mithila. Just at that time, Ram having broken that bow, the person who gave that bow in the care of Janak Maharaj, this is also an avatar of Vishnu, Brigupati, Parshuram, the embodiment of the anger of the Lord. This is what I read today. He was a manifestation of the Lord. He killed 21 generations of Kshatriyas. And he still had so much anger in him because that's his nature. My understanding is that at that time Ram had his own bow again. Parshuram challenged him, and Ram picked up his bow. And Ram said, now that I've picked up my bow, I must use it. So what do you want? Do you want me to finish you or your anger? At that time, Parshuram had darshan and realized, this is my source, my origin. He is no ordinary personality. He has picked up this bow, broken that bow, and now he's challenging me. He realized, this is my source and I am from him. Parshuram then said to him, take my anger. So Sri Ram removed the anger from his heart. From that point on, he had no more anger. Only from then on, he was doing austerities, tapas. So his function of killing and annihilating demons and being angry had been removed by the mercy of Sri Ram. So I wanted to share this point because it is very significant. So now we go back to the forest. There, Ram, Lakshman, and Sita, they were living very peacefully in the forest. So many sages were nearby. Everything was beautiful and sweet. They had finished off and killed so many demons. But one sister of Ravan, her name was Surpanak. She came to that forest. And actually she was a Rakshashi. So her intrinsic nature was to, a man eating a Rakshashi, to kill the humans and eat them and drink their blood. But seeing Ram, because another nature of the Rakshashi is indiscriminate, sensual enjoyment, seeing Sri Ram, she became so attracted. Her heart became filled with desire. So immediately she transformed herself into a very beautiful, attractive form and approached Ram. Oh Ram, you are so beautiful, so strong, so handsome and attractive. Wow, I've never seen anyone as attractive as you. Please accept me, I want to enjoy with you. Ram began to snicker, to laugh. He said, I've already taken a vow to accept only one wife. This is called Eka Patni Vrat. Eka Patni Vrat. And because Ram is Maryada Purushottam, having taken a vow, even though generally it is the duty of a Kshatriya to satisfy any desire of any of his citizens.
Wasn't it a wedding gift to her?
To Sita? I can't remember. Okay, it may have been a wedding gift that Ram promised, I will never marry another, only you. So, Eka Patni Vrat. So, because Ram is Maryada Purushottam and he had made that vow, he could not break it. Although generally it's the duty of a Kshatriya to fulfill the desire of any citizen of his. So Shurpanak came to him, but he said, I cannot. I'm sorry, but look at my younger brother Lakshman. He's equally handsome, equally heroic. Surely he will accept you. Immediately she approached Lakshman. She said, oh, beautiful Lakshman. I want you. I want to enjoy with you. Accept me. Lakshman began to laugh and he said, how can I do that? I am just the servant of my brother Ram. You should go back to Ram. You don't want to be with a servant. You don't want to be a servant. He is the king. You should insist on him. Surely he will accept you. She said, you're right. So she went back to Ram and began to petition him again. Ram was also refusing her. Then she realized they're playing a game with me, and she became very upset and angry. And she became when she became angry, she could no longer contain her Rakshashi form. She said, it's this hideous... Huh?
She couldn't contain her beautiful form.
Sorry, she could no longer contain the Rakshashi form within her. She could no longer maintain her beautiful form. So, she said, it is this creature, this horrible creature, Sita, who is standing between us. I will devour her, and then I will marry you by force. At that time, Ram glanced at Lakshman, and Lakshman understood the heart of Ram. And immediately, with very quick strokes of his sword, he chopped off her nose and ears. Shurpa means sword, and nak means nose. So, he chopped off her nose and ears very quickly. She began screaming in pain and ran from there. I believe she ran to her brothers, Kar and Dushan. There's a reason why, and yesterday you weren't able to hear this part. Why did Ram have her nose and ears cut off? In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that anyone who approaches the Lord, even if they approach in fear, in absorption of Him, or in lust, they can attain perfection. Or to speak of love, even in fear or lust. Kamsa attained perfection out of fear, absorption in fear. Shurpanak approached him, Ram, with lust. If someone approaches the Lord and wants the Lord, He will never let that person go. So, He had her disfigured so no one else would want her. In Krishna Lila, she manifested as Kubja in Mathura. Kubja was the maker of Chandan for King Kamsa. And she was very beautiful, but she was crooked. And she was deformed. No one would have her because she was deformed. So she was engaged in her seva of making Chandan for Kamsa. One of the first persons that Krishna met when he entered Mathura with the intent of killing King Kamsa, who was creating havoc in the universe. One of the first persons he met was Kubja. Immediately upon seeing Krishna, her heart overwhelmed with lusty desire for him. She gave all of the chandan that was meant for Kamsa. She offered it to Krishna. And then Krishna performed a very beautiful feat of straightening her. It is said in Bhagavatam that he put his feet on her toes and lifted her chin. And by that, she was completely straightened. So, chiropractic is bona fide. This is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. And then Krishna fulfilled all of her desires. So she attained perfection through the medium of approaching the Lord with lust. As Shurpanaka, still, he fulfilled her desire in the form of Krishna. So many personalities, their desire was fulfilled. Not directly through Ram, but through Krishna. There were so many rishis in the Dandakaranya forest. When they saw Ram, even though they were in the form of old men, with long matted hair and long nails and very thin and doing intense austerities, was the nature of their soul as old men? No. The nature of their souls, the intrinsic, inherent nature of their soul, that seed was of Gopi Bhav. Just as now you can look, you see all of our Guru Parampara, Rupanuga Guru Varga. You see Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. He looks like he's in the form of an old man, but we understand that he is Nayana Mani Manjari. Bhaktivedanta Thakur looks like an old man, but he is Kamala Manjari. Rupa Goswami looks like a man, but he's Rupa Manjari. All of our Guru Parampara. Those who are coming in this Rupa Anuga line, they're maidservants of Srimati Radhika, including Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Our Gurudev was very, very clear on this point. So all of these old-looking sages doing intense austerities with matted hair, long nails, doing intense breathing and only eating roots and fruits, when they saw Ram, immediately the nature of their soul began to awaken. But as old men, they could not have this relationship with Ram. So Ram told them, you continue doing your austerities, and then you will take birth as gopis. And when you take birth as gopis, I will come as Krishna and fulfill all of your desires. They are known as the Rishichari and Munichari gopis. You can read more about this in Shastra from our Acharyas. Also, all of those young maidens of Janakpur, Mithila. It's not only Sita who fell in love with Ram. If you can imagine how beautiful, sweet, charming, handsome, heroic, and attractive he is. Everyone who saw him, all of those young Kishoris, they were completely attracted, enamored, and they gave their heart to him immediately. Once you've given your heart to someone like that, you can never give your heart to anyone else. This is proof of real darshan. So also they took birth as gopis, having meditated on Ram for thousands and thousands of years. They took birth as gopis, and in the form of gopis, Ram as Krishna fulfilled all of their desires. So Ram, Sita, Lakshman, they were in this forest. They had just disfigured Surpanak. She ran to her brothers, Kar and Dushan. Kar and Dushan were like, what? Who has disfigured our sister? And then she ran home to her brother Ravan. Kar and Dushan went with thousands of warriors, millions of warriors, all demoniac. That time, Ram and Lakshman very easily dispatched them. Thousands and millions of these warriors were killed, all of these demons. And this was their function, to rid the world of demons. So Surpanak ran back to Lanka. There lived her evil brother, the 10-headed demon king Ravan. Sometimes he's depicted as having 10 heads all at the same time. I don't know. In other places I've only heard that it is said that he had a benediction that if his head were to be removed, immediately another one would pop up in its place. Anyhow, we understand that even Brahma has 4 heads. Some have many heads. The 10-headed demon Ravan, who was one of the manifestations of one of these gate guards of Vaikuntha, but who is fully imbued with the bhav of a demon. So Shurpanak told Ravan everything of what she had seen, what had happened. How beautiful Sita is. And she encouraged Ravan, you should make her your own. She is so beautiful, so charming, and so attractive. You have never seen anything like this. You deserve to have the best. You should have her for yourself. So Ravan devised a plan how to distract Ram and Lakshman so that he could go and capture Sita. Because he had heard from Surpanak how powerful these personalities are, how they dispatched, how they destroyed Kar and Dushan and millions of persons. So he knew these are not ordinary persons. There's some very powerful persons, so I need to create a plan. So Ravan instructed this demon Marichi, who had come to him seeking shelter when Ram killed his brother Bahu. Marichi ran to Ravan. Ravan told him, you should go in the form of a very beautiful, otherworldly, surreal deer and attract their minds. He was afraid. If I go, I'll be killed. And Ravan said, if you don't go, then I'll kill you. So he's like, okay, well, I can either be killed by Ravan or be killed by Vishnu. I'll take Vishnu. Because anyone who's killed by Vishnu has a good destination. So he chose that path. So he went as a beautiful deer. Seeing that deer, Sita was completely enchanted. I have never seen such a beautiful creature. Ram, I wish to have him. She wanted to have him as her pet. Ram was looking, thinking, this is very strange. This is no ordinary creature. Was it Lakshman? This cannot be any creature made of Brahma. This must be a trick, some trick of the demons. Be careful. But Sita was like, but I want to have this deer. So Ram showed the maryada, or the proper behavior of the husband. The duty of the husband is to fulfill all of the desires of his wife. I read it in a book by Srila Gurudeva Maharaja. So, Ram showed the maryada in this situation. She wanted something, he had to try to fulfill it. So Ram said, if I cannot bring him back, and if he does prove to be a demon, then I will kill him. So at that time, Ram told Lakshman, keep guard on Sita and don't leave her under any circumstance. Because the forest is full of wild animals, wild beasts, so many dangers. So Ram told Lakshman, you stay with her. Don't give her up under any circumstance. I will come back soon. So Ram went chasing after this deer, but the deer was using mystical powers, magical powers. He was moving too fast and from one place to the other, and Ram realized this is no ordinary deer, this is a demon in disguise. At that time, Ram decided to take him down with his arrows. So, as Ram shot this deer with his arrow, that deer, in the voice of Ram, cried out, Lakshman, help! Help me! In Ram's voice, he called out. Sita became, what's that? Ram needs help. Lakshman, you should go and help him. Lakshman was like, nothing can disturb Ram. There's no demon, there is no beast or anything that can equal Ram. This must be a trick. This cannot be Ram calling out for help. Impossible. Impossible. Lakshman would not accept it. And then Sita said some very harsh words to him. She said, you want Ram to die. I know why you have accompanied us to this forest. You were hoping that something would happen to Ram so that you could take me for yourself. That's why you're not going to rescue him. Lakshman was completely heartbroken at these words. He said, I've only ever thought of you as mother. I've never even looked beyond your toes. I have never even conceived of such a thing. How can you say such a thing? This is burning my heart. How can you say such words? He didn't want to leave her, but because she said these harsh words, he was bound to. So, in this case, our Gurudeva, our Guru Parampara have said we should be very, very careful. Rupa Goswami starts his Upadeshamrita with the words, Bacho Begam. Control the urge to speak. That tongue, one word, can create destruction everywhere. So Sita told him this thing, this very harsh thing. Lakshman, he created a magic circle around her called Lakshmana Rekha. This was a very special circle. He said, do not leave this circle. Nothing can touch you. Nothing can affect you. If you do not leave this, you will be safe. You will be unharmed. But whatever you do, do not leave this circle. He gave a very strong instruction. And then he went to go seek out and find Ram. As he was searching for Ram, who appeared? Ravan. He came to that place. But he didn't come looking like a demon. How did he come? Looking like a sannyasi. He came looking like a sannyasi, an old mendicant beggar. He came there chanting, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Oh, please, I'm so tired. Please bring me some water. Bring me something to eat. And she said, I cannot leave. I'm bound here, I cannot do so. And he was saying, no, please bring something to me. And generally, it is the proper thing to do to serve any sadhu. Then he said the dreaded words, if you do not come and give me something, I'm too tired to move. If you don't give me something, then I curse you that your husband will die. What could she do? So she crossed the boundary of that circle, of that Lakshman Rekha. We must understand also the lesson in this. We, in this world, are very weak. We are surrounded by so many dangers. Jnana karma tagadui. More pratarya loy. So many dangers are around us at every moment. And Lakshman, he is Baladev Prabhu. Akhanda Guru Tattva. Guru tells us, follow my instructions as it is and don't venture outside no matter what. But if we disobey the order of Guru and we venture outside of the instruction of Guru, then we are subjecting ourselves to so many potential dangers. And what are those dangers? Especially dangers in the forms of those who will try to take not only our money, not only our energy, but our shraddha, our faith, our bhakti. So this demon, Ravan, came in the form of a sadhu, manifesting in such a way that he was able to coax her to come outside of the circle. Our Guru Parampara warns us to be careful for these kinds of persons. They look like sadhus, but what do they want? They want your money, they want your energy, they want your time, they want your devotion, your bhakti, your daughters. They want to enjoy you for themselves. Be very, very careful. And they come in the guise of sadhus. Bhaktivinoda Thakur calls them Kali Chela. Agents of Kali. Yes?
I just want to add that Srila Gurudeva, in his Hari Katha, you can listen to it, it's only one of two in English online. He said that when Sri Ram went to fight Karan Dushan, that's when he called Agni Dev, and he switched Sita at that time with Maya Sita. Agni took Sita and switched her with Maya Sita. And so that Sita that crosses the circle was not actually Sita, she is the Maya Sita that Ram had called when he went to fight Karan Dushan.
I hope everyone heard that. I'm sure you did. So, this is a very important point also, because in terms of transcendental divine personalities, no mundane personality can touch them or affect them. Even Hiranyakashipu had no potency over Prahlad, who was a bhakta. What to speak of the divine consort of the Supreme Lord? No demon could possibly touch them. No demon could touch Radha. No demon can touch Sita. No one else except for the Lord himself can touch them, because they would never allow it. So, Sudevi was saying that at the time when Ram was fighting with Karan Dushan, he had called Agni Dev, at that time, who gave shelter to the original Sita, and Chaya Sita, or Maya Sita, manifested. And it was Maya Sita, or the illusory form of Sita, who crossed that circle, who Ravan then kidnapped and took with him to Lanka. He had a chariot drawn by mules. So there's a lot of detail which I'm not able to tell, but on the way, one person tried to stop him. That was Jatayu. Jatayu was an old friend of Dasharatha Maharaj. He tried to stop Ravan, but Ravan chopped off his wings and his talons. And later on, when Ram and Lakshman came and they were searching for Sita everywhere, they could not find her. Ram became so upset. He was weeping and searching everywhere, crying. And at that time they came upon Jatayu, who said, I saw the evil king Ravan taking her to the south with him. And then he died calling out the name of Ram. So Ram and Lakshman began making their way toward the south to find Sita, to rescue her. Ram was running everywhere crying, where is Sita? Where is Sita? He even wanted to, the earth and the trees. He was asking everyone, where is she? Where is she? Crying for her. Should I tell the Mahadev thing really quick?
Yeah, because then we have to be careful and continue tomorrow.
We're going to have to continue this tomorrow. At that time, the consort of Mahadev, Uma, Parvati, she was seen. Mahadev is glorifying Sri Ram, and she's looking like, how can that be Bhagavan? And Lord Shiva was saying, this is Bhagavan. And she's like, well, how can he not know where Sita is? Even I know where she is. How can he not know? Look, he's crying like an ordinary man. And Lord Shiva said, he is my Lord, he is Swayam Bhagavan. He is the Supreme Lord. And he said, if you don't believe me, you can test him yourself. She said, no, I believe you. No problem. So then Mahadev went back to doing his austerities and chanting his mantra japa. At that time, she manifested a very beautiful form, the exact form of Sita. And she manifested in front of Ram. I'm here, I'm here. And then he turned to the side and went looking this way. Sita, where are you? Sita, where are you? She manifested in front of him. I'm here. Then he turned the other way. Sita, where are you? Where are you? And then eventually Ram said, Mother, please don't disturb my Lila. Don't disturb my pastimes. And she was like, oh my God, what have I done? And then she saw in every atom, in every leaf, in every tree, Sita and Ram were present everywhere. And she was like, oh my God, what have I done? So she went back to the ashram of her husband. And then her husband, knowing everything, he said, so did you test him? She said, no. Why would I need to test him? I believed what you told me before. But he knew everything. So it is said that because she, this is in the Puranas, because she took the form of Sita, who is like the worshipful mother of Lord Shiva. From that moment, Lord Shiva never sat with her on his side and treated her as his wife, but always sat directly across from her and treated her as mother. She could not tolerate this. And because of the offense of disbelieving and then lying, and not only disbelieving and lying, but also testing the master of her husband, it is said that she went to the court, to the festival of her father Daksha. And at that time, again, Daksha was blaspheming Lord Shiva. So because of that, she realized, my husband does not want to treat me as his wife anymore. I'm hearing aparad against my husband. My body has come from this person, Daksha. I no longer want to maintain this body. At that point, first she very strongly defended Vaishnavanam Yata Shambhu, the greatest of all Vaishnavas. Her husband, Lord Shiva, strongly defended him in front of everyone. And then she sat down and by her own yogic powers, immolated herself. One time she asked, she was reborn as Parvati. Before that, she became known as Sati. That's where that name came from. She immolated herself spontaneously. So she came back as Parvati, and then again Lord Shiva married her and kept her as his wife. But she noticed a garland of skulls around his neck. Why do you wear a garland of skulls? He said, those are your skulls. She said, what? He said, from all of your previous lives. She said, but you're my eternal consort, husband. How is it that you don't have so many skulls, but I have so many skulls? Lord Shiva explained to her that if anyone hears Srimad Bhagavatam directly through, with honor, with respect, straight through, they will never die, they will be immortal. But when all of the Tattva Siddhanta manifests within Srimad Bhagavatam, so many philosophical ideas come, then she would become very tired and inevitably she would fall asleep. He said, so because you keep falling asleep during Bhagavatam class, so you're not immortal, so you keep dying, so I have to keep marrying you again and again, and I'm wearing your skulls around me. So this is one history our Srila Gurudeva would tell. Now there's so much more to tell, but it's already very late. So we will have to continue with the Ram Katha tomorrow. So remember where we are. Lord Ram is crying, searching everywhere for his beloved Sita.
Soon he'll meet Sugriva and Hanumanji.
Tomorrow he will meet with the king of the Vanaras, the monkey gods of the forest. He will meet with them, and then so many more amazing pastimes will take place. Shri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki Jai. I want to play the drum. Want to play the drum, Subi? Will you? Come on.
Subi extraordinaire on the mridanga.
Now everyone knows. How did you know? Did you want to lead it?
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
No.
Go ahead. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
सचिनंदन गौर हरि
की जय।
राम संकीर्तन की जय।
जय।
हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय।
जय।
श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय।
जय।
श्री राधा रमण सरकार की जय। गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि
हरि
हरि गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति। Radhe Radhe, see you tomorrow 5 p.m. sharp. Radhe Radhe.